Today we're exploring the Batu Caves, one of the most popular destinations in Kuala Lumpur, and it's actually one of the 10 most important Hindu shrines or Hindu temples in the entire world. This is Kuala Lumpur, one of the most amazing cities in Asia. Millions of people visit this giant metropolis every year, and it is not hard to see why. Take a stroll down the streets of Kuala Lumpur and you're as likely to run into an impressive modern building as you are a beautiful mosque or an ancient temple. There is just an infinite number of attractions. We could go shopping for deals in Chinatown or spend in luxury at the Surya Mall. We could explore the city's history around Merdeka Square or party in style at the vertical rooftop 59 floors up. But when the buzz of the city gets too loud, it is time to get out and explore one of Kuala Lumpur's most famous temple sites, the Batu Caves Temple Complex. About 8 miles north of Kuala Lumpur, right on the outskirts of the city, within the district of Gombak, a large hill or mogote stands alone, surrounded on all sides as it attempts to fend off the spread of urban colonization. Hidden within are a series of caves that formed more than 400 years ago. These are one of Malaysia's biggest tourist attractions, with an average of 5,000 people visiting daily, and are also an important place of pilgrimage for Tamil Hindus and the focal point of the Tamil festival of Thaipusam. The caves receive their name from the Batu River which flows nearby, and what makes them so special is that they contain one of the most important Hindu holy sites in the world. There are many Hindu shrines and temples built inside and around some of the caves, the most popular of which is the shrine dedicated to the Hindu god of war, Murugan. With the giant 141 feet high Murugan statue, one of the largest Murugan statues in the world. We just arrived at the Batu Caves, and back there in the distance you can see the giant statue. I'm excited to go over there and see it firsthand, but before we get there we found this really cool pond with hundreds of koi fish and some giant weird looking catfish as well.
It's just floating. I've never seen a catfish do that before.
But one thing that I've seen in some of the videos online, and you can also see here, there are hundreds of pigeons everywhere and they don't care about people. You can literally walk through them and they won't even fly away. I mean, they do fly away sometimes, but for the most part, they just sit here. And I think that people feed them. So hundreds of them are coming to be fed early in the morning. So I guess this is why they're here. Smart little animals. Walking past the pond, we find the Ganesh, Shiva and Shakti temples to our left before entering the main square. The Batu Caves complex opens the doors to the public very early in the morning at 6 a.m. And although it is open until 9 in the evening, for the best experience visiting the site, I would recommend arriving as we did as early as possible. Not only is this a good way to avoid the large crowds, but also gives us the opportunity to explore before the day got too hot. Flanking the square on both sides, we see beautiful, colorful temples decorated with intricate carvings depicting many different Hindu deities. But without a doubt, the giant statue of Lord Murugan dominates his space. It's impossible to miss it. It's huge. In 2001, Datuk Nadaraha, a well-known Hindu religious leader in Malaysia, is said to have received a vision from the god Murugan bidding him to build a beautiful statue in his honor. Mr. Nadaraha, being himself a very strong devotee of Lord Murugan, initiated the project of building this incredible masterpiece and personally supervised every detail of the project during the 5 years it took to complete. Coming at a cost of $500,000 US, the statue is made of 1,500 cubic meters of concrete and 250 tons of steel bars, and 300 liters of gold paint were used to give it the final golden look. But there wasn't always a shrine within the caves. Although well known to the local inhabitants and often used as a shelter by the indigenous Timuan people, the caves remained mostly empty until 1878, when they were rediscovered by American naturalist William Grundy. A Hindu temple dedicated to Lord Murugan was completed in 1891, with the annual Taipusam festival celebrations commencing in 1892, and still to this day, it attracts thousands of pilgrims every year. The similarity of the cave's entrance to the spear wielded by Lord Murugan is said to have inspired Tumbasumai Pillai, an Indian Tamil trader, to build the temple here. Behind the golden statue on the far side of the square, the colorful staircase is so striking that it appears to be more so designed for decoration than as a means to get to the top. A brightly colored gate decorated with the scenes from Hindu lore leads to the steep steps. This early in the morning, our only companions are the local monkeys already searching for food. Later in the day, however, the stairs get super busy with hundreds of people going up and down all at once. We're now finally going up the steps. There are 272 steps all the way to the top, and apparently they're numbered. Now what's interesting is that these steps used to be wooden. In 1878, when the temple or shrine was first constructed, the original steps were wooden, but after a few years it started to break down and they were finally replaced with concrete steps. And a few years later, they got a facelift and turned into rainbow colors, beautiful colors, and lots of monkeys everywhere. Oh look, they came to say hi. It's right behind me.
He's waiting for you to drop something.
Yes. What's up, buddy?
They're fighting up there.
Yeah, monkeys will be monkeys.
So many babies.
Before coming in, we watched a few videos of these, caves to have an idea of what to expect and what we were going to find. And we saw a lot of monkey pictures and a lot of monkey images. And we knew there were going to be monkeys, but I was not prepared. And Danielle and I were just talking about it. We were not prepared for the actual number of monkeys. There are hundreds of monkeys everywhere. And what's cool is, I guess it's mating season, or has been recently, because there are so many babies, tiny little monkeys everywhere. So it's really cool. We are halfway, or maybe not, we are close to halfway up the steps. There's 272 of them. Now, if you often exercise, no issue. You might be a little out of breath when you get to the top.
The stairs are very short.
Yes.
Look, I keep stubbing my toes at the front.
I have massive feet, so that doesn't help. But it's really not that difficult to go up them. It'll take you maybe 5 minutes all the way to the top.
Yeah, it's not that hot, it's just so humid, and it's only 8:30 in the morning.
Yes. Wow, look how big that is. All right, we made it all the way to the top. It took about 5-7 minutes
Yeah,
with,
not bad.
with a bunch of stops, filming the monkeys and looking around. So it wasn't really bad.
No.
Now down there and coming up the stairs, it feels very hot already. You know, it's only 8:30 in the morning and very humid. But once you get up here all the way to the top, the temperature and the climate changes completely inside. I guess the cave or the entrance to the main cave, it's actually rather cool, and there's water falling from the rocks non-stop. It literally feels like it's raining. But what's cool, if you look up to the ceiling, you see all the stalactites and rock formations that have been carved through the years. The entrance to the cave is truly huge. Looking up from the ground level, it looks like a small opening on the rock, but once you're up here, you can see that it's at least 200 feet high and probably just as wide. Just before walking into the main body of the cave, you find a couple of souvenir stores and shops selling drinks and snacks. A short set of steps lead us down into a huge open area. This is the main chamber of the cave. Immediately, two things become apparent. The cave is large, extremely large, yet it is not empty. Aside from the colorful Sri Balajutar temple built out of the rock into the left side of the cave, there are also many small and beautiful Hindu shrines and statues all around this space. It's actually very nice and cool inside the caves. It's not as hot as I expected it would be. One thing though, there are mosquitoes everywhere, and Danielle doesn't get bit by mosquitoes at all. But right now I'm already getting eaten alive by these mosquitoes. But this place is unbelievable. Like the temples and the shrines all around the walls are really, really cool. There is just so much detail everywhere. You could literally spend hours and hours exploring this place and not get tired. I don't know why some people online say that you should only be here for an hour or two. We've been here for an hour already, and we haven't even gone past the actual main, I guess, entrance of the cave, because there's just so much to see. After exploring the cave for a few minutes, we venture inside the main temple of the cave, Sri Balayutar. This is the oldest structure of the whole complex. This was in fact the site of the original shrine established by Tumbasami Pillai back in the 1890s. The Sri Balajutar temple is at the epicenter of the Thaipusam festival and is also where the murtai, or consecrated statue, is kept. The Thaipusam festival is the biggest yearly festival celebrated by the Tamil. The Tamil, who constitute 6% of India's population, are concentrated mainly in the south provinces and are great devotees and followers of Lord Murugan. The festival falls annually on the first full moon day between January 14th and February 15th, and is a grandiose affair. The celebrations attract over 1 million worshippers and tourists during the 3 days of festivities. It celebrates the day when Lord Murugan received the divine spear for the first time. All around the temple, Hindu priests, known as pujaris, work at preparing the prasadam, which are consecrated offerings of food that worshippers receive during their prayers, or pujas in Hindi. We were fortunate enough to witness the ritual of daily pujas during our visit. During the process, the pujaris bestow the God's blessing upon the gathered devotees. After chanting the sacred mantras and ringing the prayer bell, the pujaris place the tilakam, the dot-like marking that is worn on the devotees' foreheads, and bless them by offering them the prasadam. Recently, we put out a video reviewing Kuala Lumpur, the city center, and we had a ton of comments from a lot of awesome people giving us advice and tips on where to visit. And one of the things that everyone, I guess, suggested that we did was to come to the Batu Caves, and here we are today. We have been in Kuala Lumpur now for 3 months, and our goal is to be here for another 3 months, and then we're actually going to India. We're planning to spend 6 months in India. Our first stop is going to be Delhi, but we have no idea what else to do in India. We've never been there. I know we have a ton of really awesome people that follow us on our channel that are either from India or that have lived in India before. Please, please, please leave us comments at the bottom and let us know, in your opinion, where we should go to India. I know that a lot of people say that you should go to the Golden Triangle, the main 3 cities in the north, but once we're there, what exactly do we need to see? What's there to do in these cities? How long should we spend in each city? And outside of the Golden Triangle, is there anything else to do in India? I'm assuming there is. Obviously, it's a huge country. It's almost a continent, but I don't really know what to do. And it's so, I guess, different to what I'm used to, so I don't even know what to expect. So please leave us a comment down below and let us know in India where we should go, where we should stay, what to visit, what not to do, what to watch out for. Nothing negative. I don't want negative comments, but please tell us, because we want to enjoy that beautiful country, and you know where to go. We don't know yet, so I'm counting on you. And remember, if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Next, we climb up another set of stairs to reach the last section of the cave. This open-air space contains the City Valley Devanai Temple, which is dedicated to Lord Murugan's wife. We were very surprised by how actually empty this place is. Don't get me wrong, there's a few dozens of tourists already. It's close to 10 o'clock now, but the reality is this place is so large, so roomy, that even a few dozen people, still you feel like you're here by yourself half the time. In contrast to the lower part of the cave, which is dark and quiet, the back section has a lot of natural light and is full of life. I guess this is kind of the end of the inside. I expected it to be larger, but the individual rooms, there's like, I guess, 3 main rooms. There's the entrance hall, which is super high and it feels like you're inside a waterfall. Then you have the lower cave, which is very dark and huge and feels very cool and nice. And then you have the back, this open area, which is where we are right now, where you can see the sky and the rock formations are amazing. And you see the monkeys actually climb down through the walls and come and beg for food. So there's 3 main rooms or caves.
And a temple on each level.
Yes, there's a temple on each level. We haven't found anything that you had to pay for. It's all been free, and we've asked, is there anything that we have to pay?
Just the offerings.
Yeah, there's donation boxes everywhere. Yeah. But other than that, nothing's actually something you have to pay. And one thing that is really cool, we were talking about it just a moment ago, is that, you know, we're technically an hour from Kuala Lumpur city center, not even 45 minutes. It literally feels like we're in the middle of nowhere. It literally feels like we are somewhere in the countryside or the mountains because of how remote this is and how peaceful and quiet it is. It's actually really cool. We're now on our way out. We're gonna go and explore the outside of the caves, which, you know, it's really cool because they have all these big statues and shrines and temples on the outside. But one thing that I wanted to say, if you're like me, affected by mosquitoes, make sure you bring with you mosquito repellent, because I am getting destroyed. I've been bit by mosquitoes maybe 20 times already, and then the ones that give you those big welts, I'm suffering right now. What a crazy difference between earlier today and now. You can see there are literally hundreds of people.
Everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. This place is packed and all these people are going up and barely no one's coming out.
Yeah.
So in there right now, just a multitude of tourists taking pictures and selfies and no room.
Just get here before 10
Yes,
o'clock in the morning.
if you're here early in the morning, you literally have the whole caves to yourself. Right now, not so fun. We're once again outside, standing in the main square. However, unlike earlier today, the sun is fully out now and crowds of tourists stand around taking pictures. Next, we make our way into this colorful building, which is in fact two temples in one. On the bottom floor, there's a temple dedicated to Lord Ganesh, while the top floor holds the temple of Shiva and Shakti. Lord Ganesh is one of the best known and most worshipped deities in the Hindu pantheon. Although Ganesh has many different attributes, he is easily identified by the elephant head and the four arms. He is widely revered as the remover of obstacles and is thought to bring good luck. He's also known as the god of beginnings and is usually honored at the start of rites and different ceremonies. Here we see an image of Nataraja. Nataraja is a depiction of Shiva as the divine cosmic dancer and is considered to be one of the highest forms of Shiva in Tamil beliefs. Moving up to the second floor, we reach the Shiva and Shakti temple. The concept or idea of Shiva and Shakti together is a very interesting one. Shiva, on the one hand, symbolizes consciousness and the masculine principle, while Shakti symbolizes the raw, activating power and energy of nature and the universe. Wow, look, this is a waterfall. Do you see the waterfall? This is the main shrine or main temple at the base, at the bottom of the Batu Caves. So we're not actually inside the caves, we're at the bottom. Now, what's really cool about this place is that they have elephants everywhere. There are so many elephant heads and full elephant statues, paintings everywhere. And everywhere you go, the colors are unbelievable. There's just so much detail. It's just overwhelming almost. We're walking around trying to take everything in, but I don't think you can take everything in. There's just too much going on. What is this? So
शोभमाणं मगीयते धान्यं धनं पशुं भगपुत्रलाभं सदसंवत्सरं दीर्घमायुः दीर्घायुष्यमस्तु. Okay, it's like for the positive vibrations, like a good luck thread.
thank you. I need positive vibrations in my life. Thank you so much. All right, so I got a little bracelet for positive vibes and I guess future. Our last stop is the small Vishnu temple located by the main gates. So this is actually way cooler than I thought before coming here. I thought it was just going to be, I guess, a cave with the temple, but there's so much color and there's so much to see. It's literally close to 1 o'clock right now, which means we've been here for close to 5 hours walking around, and we're leaving because we're hungry and tired, but I could easily spend another 5 hours and not see everything yet. There is just so much to see. Vishnu, known as the Preserver, is the god that protects and transforms the universe. Whenever the world is threatened by evil, Vishnu descends to earth in the form of an avatar or incarnation to restore the cosmic order. All around the temple we see images of the Dashavataras, which are the 10 primary avatars of Vishnu. For example, here's the Narashinga, or the man lion. This is the 4th avatar of Vishnu. It is said that Vishnu used this avatar to end religious persecution on earth. And here is Krishna, the 8th and probably the most important avatar, representing compassion and love. Exploring the Batu Caves has been an amazing experience. We had so much fun, but there's another place in Bangkok, Thailand that is just as good, or maybe even better. Wat Po, the Temple of the Reclining Buddha. You should be able to find the link for that right here. We had an amazing time exploring that temple. You should check it out. In any case, I am glad you liked this video, and I'll see you next time.